household. I saw my mom and my dad unhappily married. And my mom was a very strong, independent Black woman and raised me and my sister to be the exact same. And my husband says a lot more is caught than taught. And because she never taught us. She never said, get a man, don't get a man. We just watched her. And we watched her not need my dad. We watched my dad try and push away. Like, I don't need you. I got this. Don't even worry about it. And I just knew I didn't want that for myself. Now, I have been that type of woman in my lifetime. Not with him. And if I was that woman, it would not work. And I know that. But I think a lot of women in today's society are they're not women, Black women are not getting married because of that headstrong mentality, that I don't need you mentality that was shown to them, taught to them, whatever the case. Not saying that they don't want it, but they don't know how to receive it. And so that guard, that hard exterior that they put off is off-putting to men. Yeah. Men across the board, whatever race you are.
Soft women.
Yeah. They want a woman, and people get in trouble. Women get in trouble with like submission and all that. That's what they want.
That's what.
And it's funny you mentioned that before I cut you. I'm gonna let you finish in a second. I know this one Black. He dates outside of his race. And I asked him a question. I said, "You don't like Black women?" He said, "Man, I love Black women." But the Black women that I was dating, they was very headstrong. You know, I didn't see enough femininity. And so when I did date outside of my race, they represented traits that I saw in my mother that I would want in a marriage or in a relationship. But he said it's not because he doesn't love Black women and doesn't value Black women. Sometimes that's a misconception because they see a Black man dating outside his race. Oh, you don't like yourself. Oh, you got identity issues. You don't like Black women. And it's not even nothing about that.
It's not that at all.
It depends on the person, because some men are like that and they'll tell you, but some aren't. Yeah. Some men will tell you.
They're like, why you with Becky? Why you with her?
I almost said something crazy, but I'm gonna let it rock.
Go ahead.
I don't speak this way publicly. So you said something earlier, and I use this a lot. The pool is smaller.
Yeah.
Like statistically, the facts of Black women who go to college and so you go to school 30 years. Because you going to elementary, you going to college, you going to get your MBA, your doctorate. So now you 35 and want to start a family. And most of us got kids or been married. And the pool of women in general is larger than the male population. Yeah. Period. And we date outside. If we date outside our race, the pool is wide open. So a lot of women don't understand, like, your numbers ain't, the math ain't math.
That's what I said.
Like you legit. The things that you're requiring. First of all, most people can't. Some people that are requiring these things of the man they date don't have them themselves. You can't take yourself to Ruth's Chris every week. Stop it. Like relax. But stop it. But really, just understanding the metrics. Your person might not be in Charlotte or the city that you live in.
Or the country.
Or 6 foot tall.
You may have to relocate. Like legit.
This is funny, but again,
I'm scared of what you gonna say next.
So again, we said I've been married before. I was married to a woman.
Oh yeah,
so
that's what I thought you were going earlier.
Oh no, I was married to a woman, and so like when we were going through our divorce, I told the Lord, I told the universe everything that I wanted, but I never said I want a woman who does this or a man who does this. I was just like, they are going to be XYZ. They're going to do this. They're going to like this, whatever the case may be. And lo and behold, this man showed up, and I was like,
Ryan from Red Lobster.
It's the man? It's a man?
Ryan from Red Lobster. That's what I was.
Yeah.
So your focus was, you know what, God, just find me my person. Just let me get with the right person. I don't give a whether he makes 6 figures or whatever. Damn that. If you give me the right person, we'll figure everything else out. Give me the right person. And I hear very few people with that mindset. It's always everything is on conditions. Well, if they have this, if they have that, they have that. Then you could be worth my time instead of just saying, you know what, God, just put the right people, just give me the right person.
My list of things, because we've talked about this on our series before. Like I wrote it out. None of them talk about his income. None of them talk about the way that he looks. how tall he is.
I mean, I am still 6'1".
I mean,
A little sexy. I'm at zaddy status now. I got a little gray on my beard.
I got more than I asked for.
Well, wait, Tracy, because you're tall. You didn't.
I'm not
5'10".
I'm 5'10".
But you always wear heels.
Oh, I always wear.
And so you're telling the ladies, because they need to hear this, that even you at your height, you didn't have a requirement for it has to be like above 6 feet.
No, I didn't. Okay. Even in dating prior, I've dated people who are shorter than me. It doesn't matter. I want to know: are you a good person? Are you going to take care of me? Are you going to cover me and protect me and all?
Pray for me. Yep.
Like that's it.
But you could have not accepted it. Like, so for instance, we talk about like what you wanted in a person, right? Mm-hmm. You could have not accepted the fact that it was Ryan from Red Lobster and I was a man.
I could have,
and
I would have missed out.
Even in dating, even in dating, it was like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like this might be too good to be true. Like how does this? So you have to be open to receive and be in a position and a posture to receive. I say it all the time. My happiness is not contingent upon hers and vice versa. Yep. My peace is not contingent upon hers and vice versa. We were already doing the work individually. Mm-hmm. I'm happy. It's nothing. She's happy.
Doing the work individual. I like that.
Together we're happier. So and most people are not doing the work. They're not going to therapy. They're not reading. They're not doing self-help. They're not going to church. Like my spirituality is a huge portion of my life, and I've never put that on her. But as a result of, I would say, my example and how she sees God work in my life, she's done some things this year that she'd never done before, like paying tithes. She got baptized. Like we hosted a group. Like, you know what I'm saying? So talking about dating on potential, like I don't know that that's what that's going to be. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do as a man, and a lot of times people aren't accountable for their own actions. Man, and so we talk about more caught than taught. That works in your marriage too. Which camera am I looking at? It works in your marriage too, right? So if you come home and you go upstairs and you in a room for 3 hours and you don't talk to your spouse, what's she gonna do? Come home and do the same thing. Now y'all living separately. So it's not the kids that just catch everything. It's your spouse. It's your mate. It's your cousin. It's like we talk about relationship. It's called relationship talk. It's not about man, woman. It's not about dating. It's about relationships. This is a relationship. Y'all come to my house. That's a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we are in a place where it's just like we asked for something. It came probably quicker than most people thought it should have come. But if I'm asking God for a blessing, he blessed me in 2 weeks instead of 2 years, am I going to turn it away?
I love that.
That's awesome. And that's why we started this podcast. I didn't want it just from a woman's point of view or a man's point of view. I said, you know what? Let's understand each other better. Let's let's commit to each other more. Let's put the conversation out there, and then we'll see what we take from it, because somebody can learn from this. You know what I mean? Now, you guys are very successfully married, because I feel like there's a difference between being married and successfully married. Yeah. But let's keep it a bean too. We got to get there first. You know what I mean? So let me ask y'all a question. When you look at the state of black men and black women, when you look at the black community as a whole, do y'all feel like we suffer from a case of commitment issue when it comes to black community? Are we committed to each other enough to even get to that level? Because obviously we're less than 30% married. So it's like, what's the challenge here with each other? Because I feel like, are we even position ourselves to even get there?
Pride and ego.
That's a good one.
Wow. Women don't like submission. I don't want to submission. I ain't doing. No joke. Because of how well I take care of her. 2:00 in the morning one night, I was hungry. I said, I want tacos. No joke. 2 a.m. It was during the week. She got up and made tacos because I said I was hungry and I wanted tacos. That doesn't come because I had great sex. Yeah, we have great sex, but it comes because I've poured into her so much that she's going to do whatever she possibly can to help me. Now, her ego and her pride, man, I ain't making no, it's 2 in the morning. I ain't making no time. I ain't making nothing.
You better go tomorrow,
make a sandwich.
I got you tomorrow.
You better go, but she understands when we first started dating, I said, I want a woman that's going to cook 3 nights a week. That is a requirement of mine.
So you put that out there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I couldn't cook.
She could not cook.
Okay, so how did that?
TikTok University.
Yeah.
So literally, if you can't cook for your mate 3 out of 7, 42% of the time, your mate asks you to cook.
Yeah.
And you say no, or you don't want to, you could tell a story about, I ain't gonna tell it for you. But like, it's just ego and pride. Like, we don't have that. We talked about gender roles too. Like, I'm not gardening. I'm not cutting grass. It's not gonna happen. We had that conversation too. We're about to buy this house. It'll be a bill, a line item on the budget, unless you want to do it. I'm not pulling weeds. Have I done some? Yes, because they're eyesore. But that's not my makeup. I wasn't, and if I go back to childhood, I played outside, but I didn't like getting dirty. I didn't like getting my hands dirty. I used to eat French fries with a fork because I didn't want to get touched with my fingers.
Can you fix things around the house?
Like what?
Just things around the house. So that's a no.
Define things.
Okay, so you can't fix any. Like
no, the garage was broken one day.
Funny story. In the first no, he cannot. Okay. So like in the first house that we lived together as a blended family, the garage door wouldn't it wasn't opening or something. And
you still heard the motor? Did you still hear the motor in there?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I could hear it, and I grew up in the country, so we know how to do a lot of things, but. I knew what it was, but I knew I couldn't do it because I didn't have the tools. I didn't, whatever. So we called the maintenance man. He came, and the maintenance man called Ryan out to the garage to tell him, so if this happens again, this is what you need to do. And he was like, hold on a second. Babe, come here. Tell her. He's not going to do it. Yeah. And we had like a little wiggly doorknob to the garage door to go out to the garage. And so it would legit
fall off.
The screw would come loose and the doorknob would fall off. And
I do know how to do that part, but
and it was on the inside of the house. But he would send a text on his way out for work and be like, "The doorknob fell off. You got to put it back on." Because he doesn't know how to do it.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm the exact opposite. I'm very handy, but you put me in the kitchen, I'm a deer in headlights. I don't know how to cook. I can cook me a bologna sandwich. I can scramble an egg.
That's it.
I'm just not big in the kitchen. See, I'm insecure when I'm in the kitchen because it's like
go to TikTok.
Butter and some rice, I guess. I don't know what I'm doing, but we all have our strong suits.
So he can cook and he can clean. He doesn't have to, but he can.
But the important thing that everybody should pick up is that you guys had these conversations when you were dating, and when things arise in the marriage, you communicate, because that's half the battle. People don't have these conversations when they're dating. It's a lot of assumptions being made, right? And then when you're in the relationship, because I know people who struggled with the gender roles and everything, especially when kids come along, when they don't know how to articulate it to each other. Now it's an issue that you can't do something. Or I asked you, I wasn't being funny when I asked you, could you fix? Because my dad's like that. He can't fix nothing around the house, but he gonna call he gonna pay for whoever to do whatever. You know, my mom sometimes will wait for me to come home to Pittsburgh to put stuff together because I'm real good with putting stuff together and everything. My dad's like, I'm not doing none of that. I will pay for it. So as long as you take care of it, then that's what we need.
I got a cleaning lady. Once a month, do a deep clean. It is what it is.
So as long as you take care of it.
But let me ask you this. But when it comes to black dating, and maybe you can highlight a little bit, everyone can. Do you feel like when it comes to dating each other, this is before we even get to the marriage, do y'all feel like our expectations are too high when it comes to dealing with each other concerning dating?
I told you before, usually, especially nowadays, a lot of people look at their standards ideologically or idealistically, but actually who they end up with is totally different. I think now with so much social media influence and what we see, it just kind of tarnished and like how we look at our standards and stuff, and so much access. So, and like I said before, we all like, there's still a lot of resentment that we still have that we just need to just try to uncover. And I think that's one of the big major barriers like between black dating.
Go ahead.